Today, I actually want to talk about something that is continuing relating to COVID-19. This UIF benefit that the government is introducing to basically relieve those that are going to be at home. Hello there, beautiful people. My name is Vivienne and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, I actually want to talk about something that is continuing relating to COVID-19. This UIF benefit that the government is introducing to basically relieve those that are going to be at home and where the employers are not going to be able to pay them, or they're going to refuse to pay them. So I just want to talk a bit about my concerns around that. So if I don't know, okay, let me just actually first talk about the background, or based on my understanding of what I heard in the news. So the government is basically saying you can claim UIF relating to those 29 days of that self-isolation or quarantine or shutdown period, and that's if your employer is not obviously going to be paying you a salary in that period. And based on that, what they're saying is the companies can go and apply to actually get their employees to get this payout. But yeah, that is basically where I'm just not having it, or where I'm just dangerous government. There is an opportunity for fraud there relating to maybe companies misappropriating the cash. And these are just like those Dutch companies. We're not talking about the great leadership companies. So firstly, my concern is that if I as a company go and apply for this UIF fund for my employee, and I am those dodgy, dingy companies that would tell my employees that the basic salary is 4,000 or the basic salary is 5,000, but then at the end of the month they're actually getting paid so much less, something 1.8 or 2,000 or something weird like that, of which SARS is not actually even taking most of it. Then I go and apply for these employees, and now I have to pay out to those employees, and obviously because now it's tough times, it is so real. Companies are probably struggling because incomes or revenues are probably declining. Costs are staying fixed. That's if the company is has a very high operating leverage, meaning that they operate mostly on fixed assets, or not fixed asset, fixed expenses. So there is an opportunity for those companies to actually say, okay, we'll just keep some of this government fund. If, let's say, the government says I qualify to get 75% of my salary, that would mean that if I'm getting 1,000 Rand, then I can get 650 Rand from my salary, right? From this UIF benefit. So now my employer decides, okay, no, I'm just going to give this person 500 or 300 from this, or yeah, whatever amount that is so much lower than the government says I'm entitled to, and keep the rest or pocket the rest. Because most of these companies that do these kind of things to their employees are those companies that know that their employees are not so financially savvy. They won't question such things. They'll just be happy that they're getting a salary, and they know that also some of their employees are desperate for work, so they are not gonna go and challenge them because they are afraid of actually being fired. So I just want to come out and basically say to those people who have family members or friends who could be in such a situation, please do let them know that that benefit actually does exist, where they can actually get something from the UIF should they not be paid by their employers. That's the first thing. So we know our people are not sleeping hungry, our people have food. The second thing is, if most of them can just log on to this UIF website and register an account and probably just be able to search on this UIF platform their claims or how much is being paid out to them or something like that. If that is something that is possible, I would suggest that they do that so that they know exactly how much needs to be paid out to them. And those of you who know how to do it, please do help those that don't know how to do it. Another thing is that I'm like actually quite worried about is the dynamics or the infrastructure on how they'll go implement this thing. Like, there's not much detail in terms of how they'll actually go about doing this thing. It's a plan, yes, and it's a great initiative. Great. However, in terms of the plan of rolling this thing out and making sure that the fraud risk is addressed or the misappropriation of funds risk is addressed, I don't know how much consideration has gone into that, but I am pleading to the public to actually just, if you are in that boat where you won't be getting a salary and you can qualify for this UIF benefit, just go out, apply for it yourself if your company is not applying for it. And at that time, that's when you actually get to see those companies that don't pay UIF for their employees. And those companies are probably going to be in trouble, but rather do the right thing. Let's fix the country now that we are all in quarantine and the country seems to be in shambles. Let us come together in unity, share information, whatever information that could help the next person. Just share it so that people are aware of what alternatives they have. Unfortunately, I don't know what alternatives there are for those street vendors. They are probably the ones that are still going to take the knock quite a lot. And my other concern though is, even though, like, for those guys that are not street vendors, even though they are employed, some of them live in remote areas where they don't have access to such information, and their employers are like more likely to rob them of their money, you know, and claim and say, because you were sitting at home, you are not getting this money, because maybe they don't have access to maybe the news or radio or like where they discuss these matters intensively. Or some of them don't even have TVs. Some of them are working during the times where these oh no, they can't be working, but yeah, some of them, like, there's literally limited access to media for them, so they will not be receiving such information. Those of you who have family members who are sitting in remote areas, please do share the information with them so that they know what they are actually entitled to, because this stay-at-home thing is not by choice. It is mandatorily prescribed by the president, and for our people to actually be suffering when the government has put in place measures to try and mitigate the effect of this shutdown on our people. Can we not let companies or employers take away that right and that benefit from our people? I hope this is something that has shed some light into somebody's mind, and you will share this information with your other people that don't know about this or don't have access to such information, just make a simple call and let people know what can be done or what they are entitled to. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much. Let me not waste so much more of your time. Please do leave your constructive criticism, feedback with regards to the videos that I post, and also please leave comments down below to actually tell me what you want to hear. But yeah, this week I'm literally like going on about this COVID-19 thing and the effect it's having on us and our people, you know. And please do thumbs up or like and subscribe, notification bell, so that you are alerted when I do post something. And yeah, thank you so much. Goodbye.